Hey y'all. As I said in the introduction, I am going to be doing 5 creative level 10 life spreads. I am going to be posting this video very soon after the 5 simple level 10 life spreads. I believe by the time this video comes out, that video would have been posted yesterday or 2 days before. I'm not sure. But since I did skip my original day that I'm supposed to post, which is Tuesdays, I decided to go ahead and put out 2 videos for this week. I am also going to be creating new spreads. I'm going to be doing my July themes and things like that. So I just didn't know when else I could upload these videos. So I decided to just upload both of them in 1 week. So right now I'm just decorating the header, I guess you could call this. I actually did this on the exact same day that I did the simple spreads. So the colors are very, very similar. I'm just going to use this yellow, a little bit of that yellowish orangish color, and that's going to be the main theme. Okay, so let's get into the first spread. These first 2 spreads are actually going to be floral themed. So if you have flowers in your journal and you want to keep that theme going, these first 2 spreads would be really, really good as an addition to your journal. So for the first theme, I am just using 1 flower pot, and I am going to draw the number of stems for the number of categories. This is going to be for 3 categories. The first 15, journaling, and finances. I'm pretty much going to use those same 3 categories just so I don't have to think of anymore. But the number of petals on each flower would be your points for that category. If you are unsure what level 10 life is, I will explain it really quickly. It is a system that you use to identify a number of categories that you would like to live at your fullest potential, which is at a level 10. I am creating these spreads as if I were doing a quarter 2 update. So this spread in particular would be the score I would give myself in these 3 categories based on the last 3 months. I have also done level 10 spreads that were a goals page. I was creating the score for the upcoming time frame, what I would like to be or where I would like to be in each category. So you can use this spread either way, or you could use 1 spread for your goals and use 1 spread as a reflection. So this next spread is also, like I said, a floral theme. I am just going to draw a windowsill with some curtains, and this time I'm going to use 1 pot for 1 category, 1 flower pot, I should say. So I'm just drawing some curtains in around the window pane, and in the window is where I'm going to actually draw the flowers. So I didn't want any curtains in the way. I labeled the side of the window pane to the left from 1 to 10, and I'm just going to draw 3 flower pots down at the bottom. Now, the way I drew my flower pots, I actually drew them a little too high up. So if you're going to do this spread, I would encourage you to draw the lip of the pot, that circle at the top, to draw that right beneath the bottom of the rectangle that represents the windowsill, just in case you have something that's a 1 or anything like that. But the way this spread works is that I am going to draw the flower up to the height of the score. So for first 15, I am going to put a dot on the number 8 because that is my score, or for this spread, my score for first 15 would be an 8. So I'm going to use that circle as the center of my flower. So since the number of petals doesn't matter, you can draw whatever types of plants that you like. And then I would actually go in and put the numbers beside it, just in case you get a little confused, like, okay, am I looking at the height of the plant? No, I would go in and just draw the number beside it, just so you know. But this was just a really cute addition to the floral theme if you're more artistic and you like to draw things like this. So when I'm done, I'm just going to color all of the flowers in, as well as the flower pots. And if you saw the video that I just recently posted on the 5 simple spreads for level 10 life, you know that I am going to use this space on the side as a way of a reflection or goals for the future. This spread, I am going to use the words small changes, which is something I used in my quarter 2 reflection in order to prepare me for the upcoming months. So the next spread 3, is going to be a bookshelf. So these next 2 spreads are if you have more of a cozy theme, if you have a cozy journal, or if you have more muted colors. When I'm thinking about more like a Leela Journals type of spread color theme. I really like her spread ideas and I love the color themes. I just have more bright colors, but if you have some themes that look a little bit like hers, these next 2 could be for you. So I'm just starting out by drawing a bookcase. I will put the dimensions on the screen because I actually don't remember them in totality. I just know that I used 1 dot grid space for the header, which is the tan line that I drew using my Crayola marker, and then I left 3 spaces so that I can draw in the books. So each one is actually 4, so you need 4 dot grid spaces for each shelf, and each shelf represents a different category. Since I'm only using 3 categories, I only needed 3 shelves. For this spread, the idea is just to draw the number of books for your score. Again, I'm using the score of 8 for my first 15 score, and I'm just going to draw 8 books. I draw them in various sizes. I draw some leaning over. I draw some stacked on top of each other. You can get really creative and actually draw in on the spines of these journals. Like if you want to decorate the spine like Riley Autumn does, that's a really good example of simple, cute decorations on the spines, but I just kept it really simple and colored each book in the same color on that shelf. So when I get done with this, I am also going to leave room on the side again for small changes, and I am going to actually draw out like, I don't know what it's called. Are these called like posters? Like something where it was hanging on your wall. Basically wall art, I guess you could call it. And that's what I'm going to use for the section of small changes. In order to do these spreads very, very well and for them to have a good place in my journal, for them to be good for reflections and actually changing my habits, I really do love the fact that I have small changes. And I also have a section for focus and maintenance. I had to think about that one for a second, but I explained all of this in my quarter 1 reflection when I updated my level 10 spread. And if you want some more ideas about how to do your spread, then you can check that video out. I'll leave it in the cards. Now, this next spread is also like a cozier theme. I am using tea bags as the spread. So right here, I'm going to draw 3 tea bags in the best way that I know how. Hopefully you can draw them a little better. I was rushing a little bit. I wish I had taken my time, but this second one turns out very, very cute. Just wait for it. Watch, watch, watch. Right here. Now that's really cute. I did that one very, very well. Do not judge me for the third one. The way that I did these is that the little detail at the top, you know how the tea bags have that little flap at the top where they seal the tea leaves in. That's where I'm going to write the title. And then I am going to shade in or draw some dark brown dots to represent the tea leaves up to the height of my score. So the first one that says journal, if you look on that little rectangular tab, it says 4. So I went up a little bit less than halfway when I drew in those dark brown dots on that first tea bag. For this spread, I am only using 2 colors. I am using the Crayola Super Tips in the lightest tan brown that I have to color in the bag itself. And then I'm using one of the darkest brown colors that I have to color in the tea grains that are in the bag. I am also using 3 different sizes of my Pigma Micron pens. For the header that says spread 4, I use the 05. For everything else, I'm going between the 05 pen and the 01 pen. The 01 is a really thin pen, and I use it for some detailing when I want it to look more like a sketch. For the outlines, I don't want the outlines to be too harsh, so I may use the 01. Now for the Q3 goals section on the side, as well as this next section, I am going to draw some little tea mugs, just like a steamy cup of tea, and that is going to be the end of the spread. Okay, now we are moving on to spread 5. This spread is going to be more for wellness. If you have anything in your journal regarding health or working out or anything like that, I think this spread and the bonus spread that I do next are going to really be a good addition to your journal. So for this spread, I decided to draw out 3 water bottles. I have this water can that I use, and if I fill it up 3 times, I've drank about a gallon of water. So I'm drawing these out to look like the water can that I use. And you can do the same thing, or you can just print off a picture if you're not that good at drawing. I would encourage you to print it off in black and white, and then you can fill it up in blue to represent the water. So I would actually change these topics to match anything wellness that you have in your journal. I just used about the same 3 topics that I've been using in this video and in the last video because I recorded these on the same day. So I'm using journaling, first 15, and water intake. As you may have guessed, I fill the can up to represent how much of the can I still have left to drink, to represent the score. So for journaling, I filled it up a little bit less than halfway to represent that 4. And then on the side, I drew a box for small changes. I also left a lot of space in between each one of those categories, and you can use that space for notes if you want to actually do a reflection on each category for maybe your focus or your maintenance sections. So this bonus spread I'm drawing right now is actually going to be a finish line. So I'm drawing a ribbon. This ribbon ain't too cute. It's really interesting how I have ideas to draw things and they don't turn out as cute as I thought they would in my head. As I mentioned earlier, I was watching Leela Journals this morning, not when I was recording this, but if I had watched that while I was recording this, I may have drawn those ribbons better because she has some ribbons in her spreads and they're really cute. So right now I am going to draw the track or the lanes for my categories. I'm trying to make it so that the line on the left and the line on the right have the same slope. So I kind of mimicked those lines, and then I just drew 2 lines in the middle so I could separate the entire lane into my 3 categories. You can separate this lane as many times as you need for however many categories that you have. And then I numbered the side on the right vertically, starting with the 10 all the way up at the finish line, and then going all the way down to 1 where the start line would be. You could make this in any color that you would like, any colors that match your journal. But since I am using these colors for my new journal, I just decided to keep it the same with these oranges, yellows, and tan colors. That is the end of this spread, guys. If you missed my last video, this is the spreads that I created for my simple examples, and then these are the spreads that I just created for the more creative examples. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.